Money ain't worth shit. We all can agree to that. I have these CDs.
Only $10.
Unfortunately, they're worth money. But no, real quick, let me get this out of the way so I can just get back to my set. This is my DVD. It's called Larger Than Life. It's a documentary. It's an hour-long documentary with like pieces and interview clips and reality footage of what's going on behind the scenes. And it has another hour-long of bonus material that didn't make it. You know, it has a blooper reel and full-length pieces and other stuff. It's $12.
Oh, only $12.
Man, you know, I remember when that shit started, and I swear I think it started in D.C. like 10 years ago. That shit has migrated everywhere. So that's kind of awesome that you see the collective conscience of the poetry circle getting together and spreading that shit out. But, and these are my CDs. This is my 16th spoken word CD, Stardust. It's $10.
Oh, $10. And it's your 16th one.
And this is my 17th spoken word CD.
17.
This is the first place and I'm selling it. I just released it. This is exclusive. DJ Glue. This is kind of sentimental to me. I get when I mean, it's like this. When I first started, like I said, I wanted to release like 17 albums, and I kind of felt like I reached my goal. I don't kind of feel like I reached my goal, so it's kind of special to me. And I work real hard on the cover work. You know, like even if you don't buy it, like please come by and look at the cover work for real. Like I almost like the cover work better than the CD. So, but it's $10 if you wanted 2 CDs.
How much for 2, Mark?
If you wanted 2 CDs, $15, and if you wanted everything, only $15, and if you wanted everything, $25.
$20. That's a steal.
Yes, it is.
Crazy.
I love you guys.
It's like an outlet sale.
Y'all getting a bargain because I used to sell this shit for $100 altogether. But
oh snap! Is that like 75% off?
With a $100 bill, I love it, right?
99.
Let me see. My favorite president is not Barack Obama.
What?
I usually like to say that in a room full of black people.
It's outrageous.
Preposterous.
What's wrong with you?
What? No! You know you're black, right?
It's the same shade.
But like what I really like to say more than that is my favorite president is Thomas Jefferson. So imagine saying that shit in a room full of black people. What? What?
Somebody get his card.
You know slaves, right? Yeah, I know that shit. He wouldn't just be my favorite president and I wouldn't know nothing about the man. You have to understand, people adapt to the way of times. I'm pretty sure if he were here today, he wouldn't own slaves. One, because it's abolished. Sorry, ancestors. But no, I mean, really, I came across him because I came across a quote he said, and I was like, damn, that was brilliant. So then I like researched Thomas Jefferson's last quotes, and he said like 300-400 quotes that a lot of us really don't recognize that he said, and he's fucking brilliant. And so he gets a pass from me in my eyes, because I look at it like he's just, even though I do look at him in a lot of ways that he was advanced for his times, he still was a part of his times, you know, so you adapt to what is around you, so slavery, so anyway. But anyway, I had to dedicate a poem to him, and this is the poem. Thomas Jefferson, a man who could read in more than 5 languages, an architect, scientist, inventor, and ultimately, 3rd President of the United States, wrote in 1776, in this nation's Declaration of Independence, that whenever a government becomes destructive to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is the right of the people to abolish it and institute a new government. So humbly, as I watch the rise of price of gasoline, graciously, as I notice men working to pay off a mortgage on a home that was worth far less than what they paid for, respectfully, as I stand before my audience, I ask, so what the fuck are we waiting for? I mean, I used to look for spooks that sat by the door. Used to dream of the day when some of my friends would get inspired just to bust through the doors and interrupt me while I was writing and say, alright, we walking right up to the White House front gates tonight. We got gunpowder, food, trees, and blunts. And I wonder if I flinched where they just called my bluff. Fuck it. Come on. I mean, who's really scared of dying? It ain't like no one's ever really done that before. I tend to think we use words like terrorists loosely, when clearly they have been the writers of history. Whether it's the European features they give in Jesus or this disconnection they brought between black Americans and Africans from across seas. Terrorism just doesn't exist in the cells of Guantanamo Bay. They have been the editors to your newspapers, politicians, and the CEOs of large corporations. The same corporations that donate millions to presidential campaigns. Citigroup, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs. All corporations that donate to both Democratic and Republican candidates. So you have to ask, who's really the president? Because what sets precedents is that anytime someone lends you money, they're looking for something in return.
Wow.
I think there's something clearly wrong with our political agendas. Democrats believe in the right to abortion, but want to eliminate the death penalty. While Republicans want to eliminate the right to a woman's choice, but support the death penalty. Both clear contradictions of their morals. So are we electing one of our peers to enter into an organization controlled by the paper cuts on the hands of bankers and the greasy fingertips on the hands of oil men? I come to find that it's not so much the politicians. You see, it's not the men in the system that we need to change. It's the system. And we want it. We want change so we don't have to have laws for who we fall in love with. We don't want to have to tell you who our God is or pay taxes on a land no man has a right to call his. I think we should be living by the quotes and ways of this nation's third president, who knew even in his day of time that a democracy is nothing more than a mob rule where 51% of the people may take away the rights of the other 49. People, it's time. I'm tired of showing passports at borders whenever I want to cross over. Tired of waiting for construction workers to rebuild New Orleans. What the fuck are we waiting for? We want change. Not the worthless currency the Federal Reserve supplies this nation, but we want change. So I try to live by the quotes of great men. Never put off tomorrow what you can do today. Thomas Jefferson, a president who knew, even while holding the highest office this country has to sell, that a government is best, which governs least. People learn to discipline themselves.
Come on.